Hey everybody, welcome.
Hi there, welcome.
Good afternoon. Let me just adjust this or try to adjust it a little bit.
You can move back a little bit, I guess. Right?
Yeah, we can move back, that's what we'll do. Are you guys hungry?
It's lunchtime. Most places it's lunchtime.
Yeah, a little bit after lunchtime
after
maybe. Or maybe you're getting your 3 o'clock slump a little early before 3 o'clock, around
Yes.
a little after 1-ish or so. Maybe
Yeah.
that's when you get your 3 o'clock slump. So today we wanted to come on and talk about protein shakes in particular.
Good healthy lunch, right?
Yeah, it's a great way to get a lunch in that's healthy for you. And I get a lot of people, Denise, that ask me, why should I do a meal replacement shake? Why should I have one? And the main reason is because you're going to feel better. And it's not a liquid lunch in that way that you guys are thinking of. It's a healthy lunch.
It's a healthy lunch, super healthy. It gives you lots of energy, right? It is super quick, so I love that it's super convenient, easy to do. That's really one of the main things that I honestly have stuck with it for 30 years because it's easy. It's a no-brainer. At least one of my meals a day, I do not have to think about it.
It does. You don't have to think about it. It's convenient. Just take it with you. If you guys are at work right now, this is a great shake to bring with you. The other reason people do it, like we said, energy, it's convenient, and it's going to, bonus, help you lose weight.
Nice.
So let's talk about this. Our Life Shake, that's what we're going to be mixing up today. And it comes in several different flavors, but the main reason, well, should I talk about those flavors?
Sure.
Go ahead, you say it.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, cafe latte. And we're going to mix up our plant-based protein today. We have several options. We have a plant-based, we have a soy protein, we have a whey protein. So whatever fits your needs, we have something for you.
True.
What did you want to add about the protein? I'm going to go into a little bit more, but what did you want to
Yeah,
add?
no, I love, as you mentioned, that it's super simple and it tastes great. So the recipe that we're going to make up today, we add in some extra goodies, right, just for kicks. But I love that it mixes up so simple that you could just add the protein powder to your cup in the morning and head out the door and go, because later you just add your water or your milk or non-dairy product and shake it up and it tastes delicious.
So we're getting fancy today for sure because what Denise is going to mix up is a delish pumpkin recipe, and right now everything's all about pumpkin, right? It's that time of year, and who doesn't love pumpkin? And I'm like, anything pumpkin. And there's like pumpkins exploding all in the grocery stores. But this is a great option for you, a nice pumpkin shake. Like you said, you could just mix it in with a smoothie if you wanted to do it that way in a shaker cup, so you don't have to get all fancy with a blender.
Right.
But with the new things they have out today, the magic bullets, I mean, those take like 2 seconds to do, right?
It really is quick. And then, so to have a good healthy meal can be very expensive, right? Even if you're trying to make it at home, it's cumbersome sometimes, or it's not always convenient. And what I love is that this shake is just over $3. So for just over $3, you can have a good healthy meal. And again, you get to pick whatever meal of the day, or if you're looking to lose some weight, make 2 meals a day from it. So you're still spending less than $10 for 2 healthy meals, and you're going to get everything: your fiber, your protein, your vitamins, your minerals, the leucine, which I know you love to talk about, Teresa. So tell us a little bit about that.
I'll tell you about that, but you just made me think of, before I go into that, and don't let me forget about the leucine. But I was over at Starbucks yesterday, and I'm not a big Starbucks, I'm not there all the time, but I don't drink coffee, so I do the tea. And my tea, which was just a basic tea mixed in with a little, almond milk, or was like $3.50. And so I wasn't getting anything that was a nutritious meal by any means. So like you said, this is a great price for this to get a healthy meal that's going to keep you going all day long. Okay, so leucine, this is an essential amino acid, and there's higher levels in this shake. And so what that means for you is you're going to see a difference in your weight. And so it'll help you to hold on to muscle mass and actually pull the fat off. And that's what's really critical, because when we lose weight, we have a tendency to lose both fat and muscle. And let's go back to school, like you're in grade school right now. And what did you learn, or in high school, right? This whole idea that you want more muscle, because the muscle is going to keep your metabolism burning, right? We wanted to have a fat burning machine, which means of our body, which means that we need more muscle. So we don't want to lose that.
We need the protein and the leucine,
yeah.
Which is confusing, right? Because for the longest time, I remember, I don't know when it finally clicked and changed, but I always thought protein was supplements or drinks were really for people who are looking to build massive muscle.
Right, bodybuilders.
And or maybe protein gets a bad rap too, because a lot of times people, when they think of protein, they only think of like steak or meats, right? And those come with high cholesterol. But there's plant-based protein, and those proteins offer a whole host of additional health benefits, including the leucine that you mentioned, and Shaklee adds in a little bit more so that we can have the great healthy benefits of losing that weight without losing the muscle, which honestly is absolutely huge.
Absolutely. And then let's talk about energy. So that's what I was mentioning. Some of you might have joined us today because of energy challenges. A lot of you get that 3 o'clock slump.
Yeah.
So when I started in Shaklee, I started all the supplements, and the person who introduced me to Shaklee, I had come back probably in about a week, and I said, I'm not seeing this tremendous change in my energy that you had talked about. And now over time, the vitamins are going to help with that. But immediately she had told me I'd see a difference with my energy. And she said, Teresa, you know what? You're missing at one big component, and that is you're not doing the protein, and you're not having a protein shake every day. And I said, really? Is that going to make a difference? And so I added that, and 4 hours of energy by the next day. I kid you not. I used to come home when I was in a corporate job, and I would be on the couch exhausted. And so this just evens out those blood sugars. Haven't you found that for yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I, when I started, I've been using the Shaklee products for 30 years, and when I first started, I really was dedicated to the green cleaning products and to giving my family good, healthy nutrition. As a mom of 4, I didn't always take care of myself, right? So it was after my 4th pregnancy that my doctor told me, I really needed to start taking care of me because I was super sick. And that's when I really dove into the nutrition 110% for me. And it's so true, because for many years when the kids took a nap in the afternoon, Mama took a nap too, because I was exhausted. And not that that's not, but I mean, certainly okay if you need a nap every now and then. But, every single day it was just becoming taxing. So when I added the protein in, it made a huge difference. Certainly you could take a little 5-minute napper, but you didn't need, 2 or 3 hours in the afternoon. So
no, and I'm laughing because, at that point when you probably, had your children, I was in a job, and I would do the thing where you would actually be at your desk and you feel this bob happen. Like literally probably fell asleep for a second, and then you're looking around, you're like, did anybody see that?
Cleaning up the drool.
Because I'm so tired here at work. And, and I was getting plenty of sleep. I had my 8 hours, and I was still exhausted. So this shake guaranteed will turn this around very quickly for you. I have a lot of people that'll say to me, within one serving, maybe a couple days, they see a difference in their energy.
Yeah,
so
which is needed, because a lot of times people think they just need to live like that, right? Or maybe
you
they'll get more sleep, or maybe I should be doing something else. Honestly, adding in the protein feeds every single cell in the body. It's craving it, and Shaklee's done a great job of making an absolutely pure protein that's non-GMO, absolutely safe, free of artificial ingredients, nothing synthetic, right? Gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan. I mean, literally, it checks all those boxes of safety and things that people are looking for.
20 grams of protein, less than a gram of sugar.
It tastes great.
It tastes great. So what else can you say about it? It has everything that you need, and like you mentioned too, it's tested to make sure that there's no contamination in the protein, and that's a big challenge, especially if you're going to be over at the grocery store. You're going to say, hey, I can pick up a protein for $5 or 2 for whatever. You get what you pay for, and you have to wonder what is in that product that shouldn't be in there, and what's missing that should be in that product. So
the FDA doesn't regulate Shaklee. They don't regulate any supplement company. They regulate some labeling laws, and that's really it, 1 or 2. And so a lot of companies can sneak in all kinds of ingredients. I actually just shared on my page, a lot of companies have been adding in prescription meds.
I just saw that.
And all kinds of ingredients that are cheap and fillers and inexpensive, but certainly dangerous for people who didn't know or weren't aware that they were taking them, especially if you're taking other meds and things are combining, and then here they come to find out it's hidden in their supplements and in some of their protein powders. So there really is a need to make sure that you trust the company, and we backed Shaklee 110%.
So let's mix up our smoothie.
Yeah, so let's do this.
It's a pumpkin smoothie that we're doing today. So
Yeah.
go ahead, you tell us what we're doing.
Sure.
I'm going to watch. I'm not doing all the work today.
Teresa's just going to have lunch.
I've noticed that in a lot of the videos. I've got Denise whipping up my lunch for me. So go ahead.
I was just going to share one more time that the shakes come in super simple canisters that you could just scoop your daily requirement out, right? Or individual packets. So if you want to, again, fill up your cup and just kind of, add your liquid later, it's easy to go.
Okay.
Today I'm going to be using out of the canister, and this
water,
is
right?
Yep, and I'm going to be adding in water. So typically when I make my protein drinks in the morning, I add in a little bit of water to start, just to have a little bit of base in the bottom of the cup. I'm using a Ninja. You could use a blender or a Magic Bullet or whatever you have.
Whatever they have. There's so many options now.
There are a lot of options. And this time of the year, in the fall, I don't know about you, you talked about it earlier, I am craving all things pumpkin and cinnamon and pumpkin pie spice and those kind of flavors. If it's not for you, you can omit the pumpkin and the spices that we add today and just do the banana, because honestly, these shakes taste great just mixed up simply or with a little bit of added fruit or vegetables, whatever you have around. So I'm going to add in half a banana. And then I'm going to add in a good healthy scoop of pumpkin.
Yay.
Kind of looks a little bit like baby food. I'm going to use the rest of it here. So pumpkin, and then I like to add in either pumpkin pie spice and some cinnamon, or if you don't have pumpkin pie spice, then you want to add in the spices that are...
What I love is that you just shake it in. She just, no measuring, just shake it in.
Yeah.
That's a true cook. Oh, that one just got
that's going to be heavy on the clothes. Yeah. And then the protein, right? So add in 2 scoops of protein. I'm using the vanilla today. I've actually made this with chocolate and pumpkin maybe doesn't sound good, but the pumpkin doesn't have a lot of flavor. It's really the seasonings that do, so.
And you also said you did it with, we have a flavor called cafe latte, which I think we mentioned. So you've also done that too, a little coffee and pumpkin.
I'm getting down to the bottom of my canister here, so I'm going to dig a little deep. Whoopsie. And then I top it off with some more water. So you want to make sure you have at least a good solid 10 ounces of water, because this shake gets super thick with the pumpkin and the banana.
And you could add ice to that. Another thing to do is, a little tip is to freeze the banana. So if you like it a little, this is going to be a thick shake to begin with, but if you like it a little more creamier, frozen banana is awesome.
Yes, that's what the ice does too, the frozen. I've actually also opened up an entire can or a couple cans of pumpkin and used ice cube trays, and you just fill the ice cube trays with pumpkin.
Oh, love that.
And freeze them, and then you put them into a baggie, right? Put them in your freezer in a baggie, and then every day I have a couple frozen banana chunks and a couple frozen pumpkin chunks.
So hold on. She's whipping it up.
It is going to get a little loud, but it goes quick, so we won't be gone for long. Right. So this makes 1 serving most of the time, right? But sometimes it'll make 2. Depends.
And I want to add one other thing. People say to me too, am I going to be hungry? Because this evens out the blood sugars, you are not going to be hungry. Even if you just made it with just the water or skim milk, and you didn't make it as fancy as we are now. So because it's evening out the blood sugars, you will not be hungry.
Yeah, that's a really, really great tip.
Cheers. Yum, yum.
So cheers to you as well.
This is really delish. I love this. I have not had this recipe. This is the first time I've had this one with the pumpkin.
Strong with the cloves, but it's good. It's actually really good. Yeah.
Well,
it looks a little bit like nutmeg with all the...
I love it. It's really good.
Eggnog.
I like it. Okay, well, thank you for joining us. Just wanted to give you an update, a little, not an update, just a really neat recipe idea for you guys for the fall season. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know.
Cheers.
Bye
Enjoy
now.
your lunch.